to allow a private entity who has developed this extremely sophisticated platform to be used, licensed by the institution, who can then provide the content. We've all had these experiences where I'm an attorney, so we're good at doing certain things. We're not good at designing software. I'm going to go and buy my software for my billing system rather than try to figure out how to do it on our own. And if this is one of the problems that Jack Flanagan's alluding to, which is you have some entrenched desire on the part of our institutions to want to maintain control over the modalities, well then maybe we ought to be saying to the legislature or to the governor, we ought to rethink that. The last point I want to make, and now I've made my speech, but I had to get it off my chest because I think what you're doing is exciting, and it is disruptive, and it is something that is the most egalitarian concept I've ever heard in terms of dealing with the situation that so many of our kids are in. The one question I have is this: how do you I understand how you can accredit a course. What do you do when I take Professor Kohler's class? How do I measure whether or not I'm passing it or not? Is the same standards for academic success going to be based on what a Stanford undergraduate would do, what a pass would be for her, as opposed to what a pass might be for someone who's at a community college? And don't you really think that if this is really going to succeed and the value of the online experiences to be realized in terms of the point of education, we have to have objective metrics, i.e. people need grades. And life is not about just getting credit, or even passing and failing.
So, few things.
So sorry for the long wind up here, but I
as the leader of the self-driving car project at Stanford and Google, that topic is familiar to me. And at some point, we weren't able to make progress at Stanford, and we took it into Google. To your question, there's multiple aspects to it. First of all, the classes we are teaching together with San Jose State use exams designed by San Jose State, and they're really aimed at the target population that we have here. And there's mechanisms to identify the people and establish authenticity. Daphne talked about some. We're using very similar mechanisms. There's established ways to do proctoring. We also have a physical proctoring option using Pearson as a provider. The grading is entirely taking place through the instructor, and the instructor will make all the grading decisions. And we're not interfering with this because we're not an educational institution at all. So this is something that's in there. We just amplify them. We give them a megaphone. We just make them stronger. More people can hear them, and they can reach more people. That's all we do. Yeah. I want to say a few words on what to do. I mean, we've seen the response by various industries to change, and I'm proud and humbled to be here today, honestly, because half of me is an educator and half of me is an entrepreneur. And I really want this to succeed. The newspaper industry obviously withdrew from the debate when things became cheaper, and as a result ran into difficulties. Other industries have responded more favorably, like the music industry, and embraced technology more. Some of our customers at Udacity is actually companies. So Google, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Autodesk, many other companies have made classes or making classes with us, and they've accepting those certificates for jobs. In fact, we have 350 companies lined up that receive our certificate